This is your radio salvation. Go, 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 go.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a brand new edition of Thoughts Count Anywhere, coming to you live from the Go Live Vegas studios in the heart of Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm joined by the rest of the crew here. I'm Aaron Phillips. I got Scott Hosey. I got Matt Mullen on the far end, and in the DJ booth is Mr. Jason Piper. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
How's everybody today?
I haven't seen you forever.
All of 5 minutes. 702-329-6947 is our number. If you're outside the United States, 1-855-502-4321. I thought you were ringing a bell after everything that I'm communicating.
I was checking it out.
You were testing
it? It was a little premature.
Premature bell ringing?
That's what she said.
You can send us a tweet on Twitter.
I wouldn't admit to that on the air.
Yeah.
Using hashtag Thoughts Count Anywhere.
Test 1, 2. Is this live?
Holy cow. I think we're monitoring our chat room. I don't even know.
We don't monitor a darn thing.
I do. You don't know.
You know what?
No, you don't.
We have not given credit to the producer's wife. She decorates for Halloween.
Yeah,
and Christmas.
Raquel. Yes.
Yeah, this looks awesome.
Getting ready for fall.
I can watch this way for this show, and it looks just from the back. It looks so festive. When I sit over there and just stare at you, I get so depressed.
That's why I'm feeling like that a little right
exactly.
now.
That's why when you sat here the other day, you were all feisty. It's like, oh wait, that's the Astros.
You can send us a live tweet if you really give a shit using hashtag Thoughts Count Anywhere. 702-329-6947. We got a very busy show today, Scott. Why don't you tell everybody
Quit messing with your damn mic.
I didn't touch it. It starts buzzing. What do you want from me?
Leave it alone.
Huge run of stuff. Not only do we have our normal categories of WWE report, we have I Hear Voices. We have giveaways, which we're going to do the call in for the Road Warrior Animal 8x10, and also we have another 11 by 17, 11 by 14,
11 by 16.
Okay, whatever.
Aaron, if those
You don't know
freaking
sizes.
mics don't get back here
No,
soon.
you don't know sizes, sir.
This is awesome. This piece is completely awesome. It is Ray Park, signed, Darth Maul collage there.
Go to thoughtscountanywhere.com. You have until 9:30 to enter, and we're closing it and announcing a winner.
Thank you from Torpedo Comics.
Absolutely. Are you ready for us now?
I'm still, yeah, I don't hear any buzzing now. That's
Are
really
you
what
sure?
I'm listening
Just
to.
to stay
No.
like this
Check,
the
check, check,
entire
check.
show.
I'm going to have to. All right. Yes, thank you to everybody. That's good. We've had great response to the online registration. So you have about another 20 minutes to do that. And what do they do when they get online to register, Mr. Matt?
Find the post for the giveaway, and you can enter 6 different ways to get more points, more entries, better chance to win.
Right on. Right on. So do it now while you still have time. All right, let's get started with I Hear Voices. Rumor is, since Peyton Royce hasn't been seen on Raw since they split, they might actually be dropping the singles push already. And I think that was evident when, 2-3 weeks later, her partner's at the ringside helping her in her match. So, Billy Kay?
Production and backstage has no idea what they're doing right now.
Do they ever?
No, they have in the past. Give them credit. They are who they are. Best organization in pro wrestling. I mean, like them or not, they're the big league. But, unfortunately, some of the script writing is definitely gone.
Okay.
They need to get away from the Hollywood writers.
Yeah, definitely.
So what's making a difference in creative between Raw and SmackDown? Is it because Fox is more involved with the SmackDown version?
Yeah, I mean, Fox obviously watches, minute by minute, second by second, where, with USA, they've been there such a mainstay.
Mm-hmm.
The ratings are there for them all the time anyway. They have nobody else on the USA except CSI and all those other shows that no one cares about except one person that works at the store. But realistically, yeah. But, I mean, it is what it is. And like Matt said, and I've said it for years, is the production and the creative is Hollywood writers, and you definitely need to get back to wrestling writers. And that camera's working now. We're doing surgery over here. He's okay.
It just went a little limp.
Yeah. Sponsored by Viagra. Okay, so Matt, why don't you start us off with I Hear Voices? Jason, ring the bell.
Well, we got started. That was
Yeah.
the first topic.
Yeah.
Rumor is the
But we
main
couldn't hear you.
event for Hell in a Cell is going to be Bayley versus Sasha Banks in a Hell in a Cell for the SmackDown Women's title.
Was that even a surprise that she came out during the pay-per-view at Champions?
Not at all.
It was like, when is she coming in? Are you ready over there? You're a professional.
I am. Yeah, don't try this at home. Don't electrocute yourself at home. No more buzzing. The producer came over and whatever he did. So I'm trying to
got
keep my
magic
hands.
fingers.
I'm trying to keep my hands away from the microphone. So it's hard because when you're Jewish, you talk with your hands. So it's very difficult. So I'm going to try my best
you're
to not
Jewish?
touch it. Yeah, they took a little off the top.
Whoa.
Just gonna let with that. I finally got rid of Scott. Yes.
Okay, Daniel Bryan. Shut up.
Wiley's coming back. Hey, say good morning to Ryan, who's in the chat room. My workout buddy Rafi's there. Ryan says, if you don't want to ring the bell prematurely, visit Blue Chew. Yes. Thomas Burnett and Derwin, thank you all for joining us in the chat room.
My
So,
father.
yes, I am. Is there a problem?
I think that was the worst unless I fell over at the store.
That was not good because you actually hurt yourself.
Yeah.
But it was funny as hell. Anyway,
So to touch on the thing with Bayley versus Sasha Banks for SmackDown title on Hell in a Cell, Bayley and Sasha will be going for the SmackDown Women's title next Friday night on SmackDown.
oh, really? So they changed it from a Hell in a Cell? I thought it was being shot as a Hell in a Cell, but okay.
They're doing like a Falls Count Anywhere match, but it's going to end up being in a Hell in a Cell at
Absolutely.
some point.
It always
And
does.
the chemistry those two have is like
Unbelievable.
friends, and after what they did at like NXT takeovers in the past, they're going to do something crazy in Hell in a Cell, I would imagine.
Well, remember what Sasha did against Charlotte in Hell in a Cell. If it's any indication like that, it's going to be one hell of a match.
Looking forward to it.
So much violence.
We need it.
Well, now here's the interesting thing. Monday is the draft shit, which we know doesn't work.
Tell us how you really feel about the draft.
No, it is. It's just bogus crap because the last couple of years, and we all know it, and I think we touched on it over the last year plus. You have the Raw, the draft thing, and is it really matter what show they're on after the draft?
Well, they try to intertwine it with the sports drafts and the NFL.
Well, no.
and,
The
you
draft concept makes sense in what they were trying to do, but if, for instance, let's say, for instance, Kevin Owens gets drafted to Raw, or he is at Raw, right?
He's
and
at
then
Raw
he shows
now.
up, and then he shows up on SmackDown last night. You got to stop that. If the draft was intended to keep the show separate, then keep it separate. Otherwise, the draft is meaningless. Not that it's really meant a whole lot at all, except the first year. But so will the draft on Monday impact anything that may happen on SmackDown on Friday?
I think it's kind of foregone conclusion now. Kevin Owens is getting drafted to SmackDown magically and is going to feud with The Fiend.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'll just go by the color of the belts.
Well,
I honestly, I wish they would get rid of the 2 belt scenario.
I agree with you so much.
Universal versus World, just make it 1 belt. If the NWA, World Championship Wrestling, Georgia Championship Wrestling, Mid-South could all do multi-purpose shows and yet come together for 1 show or 2 shows and have the,
and the same thing with the tag belts.
exactly, why? And you have enough talent, and all you're doing is making a title basically worthless.
Right. Absolutely.
All
right. Go ahead.
They basically, when you touch on the titles, you have the women's tag team, and they have 1 belt. It's not a women's tag for Raw, not a women's tag for SmackDown. You have 1 tag title that the women go on both shows. So I agree 100%, Scott, on that. Have the WWE title be 1 belt, the Intercontinental belt, both shows. Not these 4 or 5 belts on each different show, and it makes it so useless. Like, you have 2 champions, and yeah.
Like, I thought the Universal title, when it first came out, was intended as 1 title to pull for that person to go on to any show, to have that Universal all being title belt. I mean, you only have 1 Intercontinental belt. We only have 1 U.S. belt. Although, because to me, the WWE Championship belt, that should be holding higher prestige than the Universal belt.
Absolutely.
But to me, they're almost on the same level. And that's unfortunate because
But
I
you're
think
not the championship of the world. You're championship of the universe. And, Marvin the Martian might have the belt over at Mars.
Gizmo. On that note, next topic. Raw Underground. I guess it was not on this past week. Is it over?
No, there's rumblings that it might be back, but there's also rumblings it might be over.
So it's 50-50.
Yeah, it
It didn't draw the crowd.
wasn't too...
I was personally, I was not a fan of it.
I like the concept of it, just the execution of it as it was going wasn't what it should be.
Gentlemen, I guess Scott has no thoughts on it.
Cheerleader Shane McMahon. That's all he is.
Yeah, listen. I think maybe it was a platform for him. I didn't see what the purpose of that was
If they made it a true show, maybe so.
by itself.
Yeah, maybe like Saturday morning main event or something like that.
You couldn't have something like that though. I
But
don't think on Saturday
a
morning,
small
but yeah.
half-hour show or
Yeah.
something like that prior to Raw or SmackDown.
And using Raw's name in the title of
Right.
the show just confuses everything
Exactly.
else. So
They could have just gone to like Karrion Kross or Matt Riddle for advice of Bloodsport and Natural Born Killers. They kind of like just ripped the thing off from them. They could have used them for advice to how to make it more successful. Because when Kross did it, that thing sold out like crazy.
Anything Cross does is gold.
TikTok.
all right, before we go to break, let's talk about one other topic.
Yes.
Wrestling Connects.
Yes. So can our producer put up the logo? Please. Okay. So Wrestle Connects. Here is the breaking news.
I know, teletype.
Yeah. Wrestle Connects. I'm on the board of directors of Wrestle Connects. Wrestle Connects is introducing an exclusive network for professionals in the wrestling business, focused on personal and professional development of its members. It is not a fan club. It is not like other organizations. This is for the wrestlers themselves. This is for the indie workers. This is for the Impact wrestlers that don't get paid. WWE wrestlers that make a lot of money. Ring of Honor, which we don't know they exist anymore. But for
Keep going.
I love commentary.
Yeah.
I love you.
So really, Vince Scully did it best. I don't hold a candle to him. But anyway,
You wouldn't even hold his jockstrap,
I
let
know.
alone a candle.
But
Come on.
realistically,
Wow.
Wrestle Connects, and this is the important thing. Wrestle Connects.
That's a little carryover from the previous show.
Yeah, but it's an exclusive membership club.
Absolutely.
He knows more than you.
Yeah.
Oops.
It allows.
because
Okay,
he-
let me focus back on because this to me is
Absolutely.
near and dear to my heart.
No, this is so cool, Scott.
Yeah. Gloria Lovell, our president. We have Howard Brody, our vice president. We have David Buckler, our secretary, and myself, Scott Hosey, as treasurer. We also have some of the best names in professional wrestling. Rockin' Robin. We have cheerleader Melissa. We have James J. Dillon, J.J. Dillon, and Sergeant Slaughter within 2 weeks that are signed up to be ambassadors and get the word out for Wrestle Connects. This is not a union. I'll put it out like that. But this gives you all the benefits. Group, medical, dental, vision, and life insurance. For the indie wrestlers, Most of them do not have any kind of medical whatsoever for them and their families. They get hurt all the time. This will allow you to purchase medical insurance, discounts on hotels and restaurants, which they're on the road all the time. Give them rental car, hotel discounts as a plus. Personal electronic press kits. For the indie wrestler just starting out, how do you get booked with a promoter on the other side of the country? We will have a space on WrestleConnects where you can put your professional electronic press kit. We will also talk to you about how to do that. We do not want your highlight film. We want a full match showing how you enter the ring, interaction with fans, how you do a vignette, how do you work the crowd, and, how do you work in the ring when there is not a high spot? We don't need your, 10-second video of doing all your high spots. We want to know start to finish how you are as a wrestler. Also, promotions galore through WrestleConnects and video sessions almost every month with some of the top name in sports or in wrestling. Tully Blanchard, J.J. Dillon, D'Lo Brown, all have said that they would love to come on and give a video seminar where you can go on, we'll say Zoom right now, and actually ask and watch, especially right now during the COVID stuff. But also, some of these seminars are, $100 a piece, and you have to go to the city. You will be able to Zoom in or, watch it.
Video in.
WebEx, whatever you want to do, into these seminars as a member of WrestleConnects, all for $49.95 a year.
Wow.
And obviously, if you want to buy the insurance, we have discounted insurance rates through the group, and you can pick your own doctor.
Nice.
And it's automatic. You don't have to wait for a sign up like some companies October 1,
Enrollment
December 4.
periods.
Yeah, automatic. So for wrestlers, indie wrestlers, this is for you, and this is near and dear to my heart. So definitely, if you need more information, why are you laughing? Yes, it does. Yes.
This is something
because
that
a lot
you've
of
been,
Coming from the smart-ass Democrat across the room puts a, I'm sorry.
Well,
yes,
if you think about it, a lot of the wrestlers, and it's actually a great question,
Yep.
Yeah.
because a lot of wrestlers obviously have injuries.
Absolutely.
So when they sign up for new insurance,
Yeah.
So there's going to be those questions, and
Scott.
so there's no issues with that.
Yeah, go ahead, Jason.
this is something that you've been stressing for and striving for from the very beginning.
Well, for those that know my history, I had 19 years on another organization, and the 4 existing board members all left. We've all kind of regrouped. We developed our friendship with that organization, and we've decided to do what we can do for the wrestling business. So if you need more information, you can call the store, 702-482-7529. You can call Power Play. You can look me up on Facebook,
Yep.
Power Play Sports Collectibles. You can get me through Thoughts Count Anywhere. But this, to me, is near and dear to my heart for all the wrestlers that are out there that we work with TCA. God bless you. We hope to have you part of the club and the membership very soon.
And is there a website? I don't know if you gave
Yes, it's WrestleConnects.com, which is WrestleConnex. So it's not the T, it's the EX.com. And shout out go to this gentleman here to my right.
Their left, your right.
Yeah. You're left or right. But Matt, Ryan, who's not with us in studio, and Jason, they're handling all the website, social media, all that kind of stuff that is just too busy for me to do, and they're doing a great job. And November 1, we launched the website. You can go on there now and see some, little tidbits of information, but you can start signing up starting November 1st.
Right on.
Thank you for that time. Public service announcement.
Yeah. Real quickly, is there going to be some sort of launch event covering the launch of the website and everything?
Actually, the launch event was at Jerry Lawler's 50th.
At his show last week?
Absolutely.
Really?
Sergeant Slaughter, Ken Shamrock went down with these flyers, which you'll see on the website, and talked to all the wrestlers. Once again, I stress, I have nothing against the fans, but this is strictly for the performers, the workers, the guys in the ring.
Gotcha.
And this is TCA's 50th show.
Wow.
Yay, I get to
Yeah,
retire now.
it's
Okay. All the money I've made.
Where are all the balloons and confetti
Yeah.
droppings? All right,
Where's
with
our
that,
cake?
Where's our cake? With that, we're going to step aside and take our first break of the... What?
What the hell is that?
Okay, with that, we're definitely going to take a break now. I think you're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere. After that last picture, I don't really know what the hell you're watching.
Exactly.
So I don't even know who the hell we are, but we'll have thoughts about it on the other side of the break. We'll be right back.
What's up, guys? Be sure to listen to my favorite wrestling show, Thoughts Count Anywhere, Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. on Go Live Vegas.
Looking to advertise your small business at a low cost? Do you need your commercial designed or actually produced for you? Advertise on two of the hottest shows on the internet, Power Play Sports Collectibles and Thoughts Count Anywhere. Both shows with getting over 40,000 views per week for only one low cost. For more information, please email info@thoughtscountanywhere.com. Unicon Fandoms United in Las Vegas, March 5th through the 7th, 2021. All the fandoms collide. The toy world, the sports world, the comic world, the cosplay world, gaming, and pro wrestling. Unicon Fandoms United at the World Market Center Expo, March 5th through the 7th in Las Vegas. Hope to see you there.
For all your sports collectibles in Las Vegas, stop by Power Play Sports Collectibles in the Boulevard Mall. Power Play has a large selection of items from all your favorite teams, specializing in the Vegas Golden Knights, Las Vegas Raiders, and pro wrestling. Power Play Sports Collectibles has an online store if you prefer the online shopping experience, plus they ship worldwide. So if you're looking for that sports collectible for yourself or that special someone, check out Power Play Sports Collectibles online at www.powerplaysportscards.com or at the Boulevard Mall. All right, welcome back to the 50th episode of Thoughts Count Anywhere, and they said it would never last past one. We are here, Jason, Matt, Scott, and myself. We thank you all for watching, and actually, you know, without the fans, we wouldn't have this many shows. But we'd love more sponsors and advertisers as well. So if you're interested in learning more information and becoming part of our train, that averages between 20 and 30,000 viewers for the week, for 1 week. Matt, how can people find out and get more information?
You can visit our website, thoughtscountanywhere.com.
There you go. We have a page right there giving you all the types of programs and prices and things. And I don't know, we don't have prices on there, right? We
I don't
have
think so.
The packages.
Yeah.
Just let us know, because we are, you know, we're going to stay at this no matter how long Scott says stop. But anyway, so
Stop. Okay.
Keep going.
It's like a start-stop thing. All right, let's keep going, please. We're going to talk about Takeover. Takeover 31 predictions for tomorrow night. Start with the NXT Championship. Finn Balor versus Kyle O'Reilly.
Finn Balor. Solely because Cross is coming back soon.
Finn Balor, TikTok.
Jason?
Finn Balor.
All right. Let's make it a complete sweep. I'll also pick Finn Balor for that. NXT Women's Championship. Io Shirai versus Candice LeRae. Jason, we'll start with you this time. We'll go back around.
Unfortunately, I do believe it's going to be Candice LeRae, and Johnny Gargano is going to help with that.
Yeah, especially since he's coming up in a title match as well.
Yep.
Scott?
Ditto.
There ain't no unfortunate about it. Candice LeRae is going to win.
There you go. NXT North American Championship, Damian Priest versus Johnny Gargano. If anybody out there wants to call in with your predictions, please do so. 702-329-6947. Get in on the prediction. All right, Matt, Damian Priest, Johnny Gargano.
It would make sense for the husband and wife to like come out with both titles, but I think Damian Priest is going to win it.
Okay.
Priest.
Jason?
Gargano.
I'm going to take Gargano as well. NXT Cruiserweight Championship. Santos Escobar versus Isaiah Swerve Scott.
I would go Isaiah Swerve Scott.
Okay.
Escobar.
Swerve.
I'll take Escobar just so we say 2 and 2 again. Anyway.
For the win.
Kushida and Velveteen Dream.
I will go Velveteen Dream just because he has been back and he hasn't done much. So
Hasn't done anything stupid recently.
Anything.
He's like right up there with John Jones. It's just a matter of time before
Yes.
they do something stupid.
Exactly.
Which website are you talking about, Mr. Producer? Which? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll bring it up. Can you open up the Mac there?
Well, do I get paid for doing this?
Do you
No.
think I get paid for doing this?
Yes. No.
Not for this one, I don't.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm very sure.
Was that sanitized?
Can you put it? Yeah.
His hands or
Wait, do you know what? Hang on. Can you put up your passcode for the Mac so that the world doesn't know? Ryan says I'm down for
Trump
Candace.
2020.
I'm Oh my gosh.
why does it say pedophile?
Ryle Smith says. Hey, I'm trying to stay on the show. Don't take
We
me
haven't
down.
set your money yet. I'd be very careful.
Censoring.
Wait a minute.
Selective
It's
censoring.
still in my bank
Is this
account.
Facebook or CNN? Okay. You started.
Ryan
We
Smith
finished.
says. Ryan Smith says in the chat room, I'm down for Candace as women's champ as Johnny as her cheerleader.
At any time, Matt can just say bye-bye.
Did we get your prediction on Kushida and Velvet Dream?
I'm going with Kushida.
Okay, I'm going to take Velveteen Dream because he's got to get back on the map. All right, with that,
sucks.
next topic, WWE report. A lot going on here for that. Clash of Champions, any thoughts on the pay-per-view from last week?
I'm trying to figure out how this Mac works, and it's not that I've not used a Mac. It just Mac sucks.
Hey.
Thomas Burnett says Balor, LeRae, Gargano, Escobar, and Kushida is his prediction. So if we don't bring up the website now, I'll bring it up later. So
You
okay.
do that.
Any thoughts on Clash of Champions?
The Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns match was uncomfortable almost, but it was awesome. Like
Right.
Roman Reigns is like a legit
He's all the way.
badass heel.
Yeah.
Like, almost kind
totally
of
agree.
terrifying at this point.
Absolutely.
Yep. Almost to that Brock Lesnar, like when he pounded Randy Orton in the head and cut him open. I was kind of waiting to see that happen with Jay.
Well, it's even worse because it's his family.
Yeah. And then Johnny comes down limping and he throws the towel in. So now that's causing a rematch,
Jimmy.
right? What did I say?
Johnny.
Oh, I had Gargano's name in front of me. Now they're having a rematch. People are pointing towards Hell in the Cell, but aren't they having another match on Friday before Hell in the Cell, or is it just right now Hell in the Cell?
I think he said you can get a match if you want a rematch. You can get it at Hell in a Cell.
Gotcha.
And it's going to be the most. What did he say? The most important.
The most important rematch of
For
his
Russo's
career.
career.
Yeah.
And
Only reason it'd be important if somebody by the name of Dwayne Johnson shows up, because
Which it's leaning towards that.
I don't think that'll happen
At Hell in
until
the Cell?
like.
Because why do you
Royal
get a Hell in a
Rumble-ish.
Cell match or get a rematch when you got the shit kicked out of you so bad?
could be
That's true. No, it could lead up to Jimmy getting involved and Roman going after Jimmy.
And we saw Jimmy return the other day, but he still had a knee brace on.
Yeah, I just
So, but is this going to be the start of the Samoan faction that everybody seems to be wanting to talk about? And even Roman Reigns' name has come up as part of the draft to maybe going to Raw. I just don't see that happening. SmackDown, Fox is going to want to keep Roman Reigns anchored there for as long as he can with this run.
Considering he's the face of the company right now on SmackDown, that is so true.
Yeah. Now, the only thing I could see happening as a reason is because we know AJ Styles and Paul Heyman, there's no love lost between those two, and now they're both together on SmackDown, which is why AJ left Raw.
AJ's going back to Raw. That's
That's
like
what
a
I'm thinking.
guaranteed draft pick.
That's what I'm thinking.
Guaranteed.
And I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. So, all right, lots going to happen. Clash of Champions. I thought the ambulance match was a very good match between Drew and Orton, and then you have the guys come back and have retribution on them, Shawn Michaels and the like.
Oh, bad.
I know, it was bad.
It
So-
was good,
it's
but
only
it almost kind of
retribution.
like buried Drew McIntyre in a way because it took like 4 legends and him to beat Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Like it came real close to him losing, and every time like he was about to lose, a legend popped up.
Right. Now we're going to see them in a Hell in a Cell match, probably, if it's not already been announced as well. All right.
I would have loved the ending of that match to be right before he closed the door on Randy, for Rick to show up, low chop
Right.
McIntyre, and stay heel.
Well, Rick
Instead of, like a
Rick did show up.
Yeah, as a comic book figure and,
Driving the
drive
ambulance
off. I
away.
mean, to me, I still go back to Ric Flair,
Classic.
the long,
Yeah.
blonde hair, 4 horsemen, dirtiest player in the game. That would have been the greatest, in my opinion, finish to that, for him to come back and just take it out on.
Ryan just brought up the ladder match to open Clash of Champions when Sami Zayn handcuffed Jeff Hardy's ear to the ladder. And he's saying in here he would have loved to have seen Jeff Hardy win the match by using that ladder as a weapon to win somehow. But that I saw that was to me. My stomach did flip flops when I saw the to his ear, almost like when Randy Orton took the screwdriver to his ear when they met. He did use it as a weapon. He did take one shot with it, but obviously you can only get so far with your ear and a ladder to get somebody down. But
you had something to say about that, Jason, while we were watching it. Go ahead.
What, the fact that I thought I was bullshit?
Which part?
The fact that his ear, just by the way, Sammy won and used handcuffs to go in Hardy's ear. Mm-hmm. It was the most cheap way of winning a title that I could ever imagine. But as Matt did say, that had Jeff Hardy written all over it.
I can guarantee that was Jeff Hardy's idea.
Right. But again, does that not cement Sami Zayn as almost a heel, almost as high up the ranks of heelism as Roman?
That's funny, too, is he's like, that's the cheapest way to win. He's a freaking heel. That's what they're supposed to do.
Right. Then he handcuffs AJ Styles as well. So that's exactly. Hi, Chris.
That was amazing.
I thought that was a good match as well.
I was hoping he was going to drop kick the ladder from his ear or something. I'm that messed up.
I did not want to see that ear get torn. That's the problem.
I'm just glad Jeff remembered it was there. If he would have let go of that ladder or something.
Oh, my God.
How he even managed to get back in the ring attached to that thing with the ear was kind of surprising as well. All right, next topic. Thoughts on SmackDown last night? Saw a lot happen. Again, we talked about Reigns and Uso. How about Alexa Bliss and The Fiend?
She's turning crazy. I like
it doesn't matter to you.
Hell no.
But how long,
more of a challenge.
But how long have you been waiting for this, though, Matt? You have been waiting for her to be this type of sadistic.
It's about time she does something different. Everybody knows she's a good character, a good talker.
Well,
she's been wanting to work with Bray Wyatt since 2016.
Well, look at how many times she's talked with us when we've met her, and she goes, I would love to be a heel, but the fans and I get along with the fans so well that it's hard for me to be a heel. Now she is, and damn, dude, it's impressive.
Said she wanted to do a lot of character work, and whatever psychotic thing she's in the middle of doing, it's working.
Jeff Bearden, a friend of mine, he's called in a couple of times to the show, The Giant Warrior, when he was in the ring. He said it was an original finish, was his comments to the ladder match.
Yeah, it definitely was.
I thought it was a good match. All right, so
Putting
SmackDown.
a heat-seeking missile on Sami Zayn. That was the way to do it.
Do we see possibly in the draft on Monday, speaking of SmackDown, possibly now that they've got Kevin Owens into the storyline as of last night when he showed up, do we see maybe The Fiend going over to Raw to separate Wyatt, who's got his great thing going, with Roman Reigns? Can SmackDown handle both of those huge heel storylines at the same time?
I think they need to. They got to appease Fox right now. And right now...
So if you're Fox, would you rather have Reigns or The Fiend as your top heel?
I want them both.
What if you only have a choice?
No.
I'm giving you a choice.
No, sorry.
I don't know how, but they said they're going to turn Fiend into a babyface.
I know.
Yeah.
How is that possible?
I mean, with Halloween coming up, he gives out candy to small children. But the problem is Fox wants the ratings.
Right.
Aren't they eventually, though, talking about a Reigns Fiend match?
Then you got to keep them on the same show.
Yeah, I'm just throwing it out there.
Fox holds all the cards right now. They really do, because they have thrown a ton of money to WWE.
Sure. Oh, absolutely.
So with that being said,
and with an empty arena,
yeah, I mean they got to do something. Yeah, right. It's all about the mighty dollar and the advertising. And if they wanted Vince McMahon to come out again and put on tights, they would have Vince McMahon put out tights again.
Thomas Burnett says that the draft starts on Friday, but it was talked about this morning on Busted Open, and I thought I saw a promo that it starts on Monday on the 6th on Raw or whatever Monday's date is, the 5th, whatever. So let's confirm then when the draft starts. I thought it starts on Raw. Let's confirm when it is if we can. All right, with that, next topic. We saw Angel Garza go down in the tag match, Clash of Champions, and it indeed was a small quad tear. Nothing like what Triple H suffered many years ago. He had surgery, and he'll be out anywhere from 1 to 3 weeks. So that truly was a legit injury in that match. WWE forcing talent with new itch, or is that a typo?
Twitch.
Twitch related cause that Twitch will be a work obligation and refusal to do so will result in fines and suspensions. To me, I think, if you want to show the website while we're talking, that'll be cool. We have our Thoughts Count Anywhere website up on the app. By the way, it was bottom of the hour and we did not announce our winner yet. So let's do that right now while we're talking about it before we go back to this Twitch issue. So, drum roll if we have one, which we don't. This is thoughtscountanywhere.com, so is closed, and our winner is...
Let me get to the right page.
Sorry. Enjoy thoughtscountanywhere.com while Matt is looking for the page. That's a very long drum. I like it. Tiffany, please.
It's like the 20-minute drum solo at concerts after the first 30 seconds, you're like, next.
Can we just go on with it
So
already?
we'll just, until you're ready. So to me, I think WWE is overstepping their bounds and controlling what. First of all, I don't like the idea that they control the real names of the performers and have total control of their life, basically. But having this kind of control and demanding that they do such and such, otherwise they'll result in fines and suspensions for a social media platform, I think is overstepping the line.
Well, there's two ways of looking at it. One is you really shouldn't sell you don't sell your real name, unfortunately. Cody Rhodes is not Cody Rhodes' name.
Right.
So he can get away from that. But if you're told to do something at work, you do something. And if Alexa Bliss, which isn't her real name, has to go on and put something on Twitch, Twitter, or something because it's part of your paycheck, and you're not traveling, so you have that extra 4 hours of a flight to do something, it's part of your contract, part of your job.
But when they go on social media like a Twitch, are they doing it in the name of WWE? Which in that case, I would agree.
Yeah.
If they're doing it personally to increase their exposure either under their real name or otherwise, that's where I have an issue with it.
What's even crazier, I heard this morning, is that they're making it sound like an obligation, like a work thing.
Right.
But they're splitting, they said WWE is going to split the Twitch money with the talent. And it's going to go part towards their downside guarantees. So whatever Twitch money they make is going towards their downside guarantee. That's kind of scumbag move by WWE, if you ask me.
Yeah, I agree.
or you could work for Impact and make nothing.
All right, do we have a winner? Let's change. Like, do we have somebody selected?
Yes, it's
So we-
picking right.
Okay, so let's bring up that drum roll again, just because I like the sound effect.
The winner is Mark Camanzuli.
Mark Camanzuli. Hopefully, we're pronouncing your name correctly, Mark. Does it have any information like where he's from? Is he from Vegas? Is he?
All it says is an email, name, and how many entries.
Okay, all right, no worries. I
I
thought
will email the winner today.
terrific. Well, congrats, and let's show again what is that. What he has won. This is a great prize. And for those who are not familiar, why don't you explain who that is? Obviously, you can see Darth Vader, so that'll give you a clue.
It is Ray Park, who played Darth Maul in Star Wars Episode 1.
There you go. Well, congratulations, Mark. We thank you for following Thoughts Count Anywhere. We appreciate it. Okay, next topic. Not that this was a surprise by anybody, but the mystery woman who's been doing vignettes came out, of course, as Carmella. No surprise, because we've known that for weeks. What's the value of this new character, Jason, for Carmella, if any?
I don't think there is any.
Keeps her and
Okay.
her boyfriend happy.
Who should go nameless, but you can get buried in a
Gets
grave.
her
but-
away from like the dancing, like dance break thing, I guess.
You like that? With our truth.
With our truth.
But I guess a lot of people have been going after her on social media because she went on social media this morning saying, "I can't believe all the negative comments in the last 24 hours."
What is anybody? I didn't read any. What kind of negative feedback is she getting? Because I didn't.
There's keyboard warriors everywhere. You can just breathe
So
the
what are
wrong
some
way
of the,
on TV.
What are
and
some of
they'll
the things
hate
they're
it.
saying? Do you remember?
I haven't looked.
Oh,
yet.
okay,
I don't
okay.
know.
I thought
Ask
maybe
Alexa Bliss.
I guess, social media, I'm about ready to just hang it up because, you know what? Put your kids' pictures or your family vacation. Stop with the negativity, because you know what? They're making a living,
Yeah.
And keep your own personal comments to yourself.
Okay, next topic. Aleister Black got new theme music. They were talking about that for a week or two now. What's different about his music, Jason?
It's not the same darkness as he used to have
Okay.
when he would come up like laying down like he used to and come up like almost like Undertaker would out of the coffin. And I'm sorry, but that look that Alistair had before this was a hell of a lot better than this crap he's doing now.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree with that.
I liked
agree.
his darker image, kind of I'm not saying he's going to replace the Taker, but kind of that mysterious, dark side character.
I thought maybe they'd come up with pirate music or something for the patch thing. So, anyway, next topic. I don't know what happens here. So again, WWE now is going to take control of the superstars' cameo accounts. Falls in line, I think, with the Twitch thing. I mean, so
obligation. You know what? I look at it this way. Like everybody, they're separating wrestlers from like NBA baseball players. If you are making that kind of money because you're a pro sports athlete, and wrestlers are athletes, and you're being paid for by WWE, and they're doing all the advertising for the cameo appearances and giving you the right to do that, you have a right to say no, but you also have a right to be unemployed. It's a right to work state and a right to work country in a sense.
Well, they are independent contractors.
True.
And I use that word in quotes. The politician in California who still wants to battle against the WWE and get the independent contractors reclassified as employees, he recently popped back on, and he's going to still continue to go after and try to get the employees or the contractors as employees.
Well, it depends on the contract you sign with WWE. You could do a show appearance. You can be on a Legends deal. You could be on a full-time deal. It just depends. You got a good agent or a good lawyer. And that's what all this country boils down to is good agents, good lawyers.
Next topic. Adam Cole is in line for a huge babyface run. Does that excite does that excite anybody?
Hell yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to get a reaction there. That's all.
Adam Cole's one of my favorite wrestlers, so I hope he comes up and, I don't know what they're going to do with Undisputed Era right now because it seems like 2 are baby faces, 2 are going to be heels, so I don't know if, they're all going to come up at the same time as, a group. But everybody says, Adam Cole's the next Shawn Michaels.
Mm-hmm. Any effect on this with Retribution? Because there's still all this talk about who the leader is going to be. Now, I know that doesn't put him in as a babyface, but perhaps... is there any effect because of all the NXT folks that are involved in Retribution? Do we see Adam Cole in any way, shape, or form doing any work with these guys, even as a babyface to go against them, building a
Retribution's honestly the lower level NXT talent. Adam Cole's the man in NXT, so I don't think he's going to.
So he's going to stay in NXT. He's not getting a push to come up to the main roster. Correct?
For now, I'm pretty sure once he goes to the main roster, he'll be main event level pretty instantly.
Ryan says a rumor is Cole and O'Reilly turn face and Fish and Strong stay heel. That's what he's hearing. Thank you, Ryan, for sharing. All right, next topic. Cena says wrestling career isn't over. Do we buy that?
Wrestling careers are never over.
That's true.
And is Hefty making enough money for him right now?
Or Equifax. Or
you know what?
Pistachios.
With the whole
Suicide
Retribution,
Squad.
everybody thinks that CM Punk, wouldn't the absolute drop the mic moment would be Cena?
Absolutely.
That would be in line with the Hogan, because they've always talked about trying to turn Cena heel.
And it's never been successfully done yet.
So let's use the word Retribution, though. What would John Cena have Retribution
Have you seen
about?
some of the movies they've put him in?
Well, so Retribution for the movies?
He's never had a shot at the Intercontinental title. And he's never been labeled as a grand champion yet.
Him and Sami Zayn? That could be an interesting storyline. Look, in essence, he doesn't have to wrestle anymore because of his endorsements. And I think he'll eventually end up on the Today Show as a full-time host at some point because he's been on there so much with the ladies after the main show that he's becoming connected with the Today Show. So I think at some point he's going to be behind the desk or be part of that show.
If Cena was to come out and bitch about not being the Intercontinental Champion after being a 16-time world champion, that would be like Ric Flair coming out and be like, I was never the TV champion. Who the hell cares?
That's a great point.
But he's never NXT champion.
But here's the thing, though. To get that moniker of grand champion, that is huge for a lot of these wrestlers. And for John not to have that
ego?
Look at Sean.
Look at his bank account. Do you think he really cares?
But still, in wrestling history, though, to put him with that list as a grand champion would be cool to have that. Even if it's for a fucking one-time run.
Is it going to keep him out of the WWE Hall of Fame?
No.
No.
But
And when you think 16-time champion, even though there's a tie, who do you think of?
Ric Flair.
Ric Flair.
Yeah.
next topic.
I just want to know what this is in the chat room. Yeah.
What's that?
No comment.
Today, woo, I've got the style and profile like never before.
Woo! Next topic. NXT is leaving Full Sail to move to the Performance Center. Will that impact the show in any way? And I didn't mean to say impact, but
Cheaper rent.
Triple H said in some kind of press conference yesterday, or like conference call, that NXT Takeover on Sunday is going to be a game changer. So I don't know if there's going to be like different production to it or what's going to happen, but made me more interested in watching what's going to happen.
Mike Halverson jumps in. Nobody cares about the IC title. LOL. Piper said it best. Some guys need titles, some do not. It is better to be successful without. It is better to be successful without a title.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Well, I mean, it's true. I mean, some people, some wrestlers don't need a title to be successful.
Piper.
As
Exactly.
a classic, and that's where he came up with
Yep.
the quote. Thank you, Mike, for
It wasn't this
participating.
Piper. It was the other Piper.
It was the
Rowdy
other
Roddy.
Piper. Yeah, right, exactly. Next topic. WWE is told that after the Thunderdome contract runs out, which is at the end of October with the pay-per-view, they will start traveling again. I hope it happens. I'd like to see more of the local events, wherever they're going to do, or traveling to do the Raw or SmackDowns. But I think there's going to have to be a lot tighter restrictions. I mean, NXT just had an issue again not too long ago, right? So if it were me, I wouldn't do anything until January 1st. Let this year finish out. If you can get people in, I mean, the Thunderdome thing with the faces is okay. But, you know, give it a few more months to the end of the year. See how the society is going to adjust to the virus, if there's anything that's going to change in the wintertime. That's just my opinion.
I still like the thing I saw online. Everybody on New Year's Eve at 11:59 needs to go out of their house and scream Jumanji.
I'm doing it. Yeah. I'm there. Absolutely. I said that a couple of months ago. Absolutely. I think it's a great idea. Next topic. Happy birthday to John Morrison. Today is his birthday. We appreciate that.
He's been at Power Play Sports as an autograph guest.
Yep.
He's a very cool guy with him and Taya.
Yep.
Cool.
Johnny Mundo. Johnny Nitro.
Next, let's move to AEW and Impact. AEW next week celebrates 30-year anniversary of Chris Jericho's career. What is your favorite Chris Jericho moment?
I have 5 of them.
Just like somebody else I know. Give me one.
I would say when he came back to WWE and he was the countdown and then came back out as the savior of WWE.
Okay.
He had the great run as being world champion with the big gold belt, you know, with the suit and tie versus the rock star image.
He was the first Universal champion in
Undisputed.
Undisputed, rather. Sorry.
People think it was The
Undisputed.
Rock or, you know, it was Chris
It was
Jericho.
Jericho.
And if you think of the stuff Chris has done, and I've been, you know, comically hated Chris Jericho for other reasons, but realistically, deep down, he is a great wrestler, great talent, and he also tries to put the kids over.
Absolutely.
And God bless him for that.
Absolutely.
My favorite moment, because I was there, was probably the Festival of Friendship. That was freaking entertaining as hell.
Well, and for me, that was the end of what I thought was a fun, great run. And catchphrase, let's say it, you just made the list.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people?
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. I thought that was terrific. And the click of the pen is all you needed to know what was about to happen.
Is that why you do that over there all the time? Okay.
Quickly,
I'm on his list.
Your Jericho moment, Mr. Jason.
I'd have to say the one where Jericho got hit by a fan at one of the Raw shows here in Vegas. He got pretty much was getting beat up on by a fan.
Oh, wow.
Picked the guy up, slammed him to the ground, started beating him up, and then Austin threw him off of him.
Wow. All right. There you go. I did not know that. Real quickly, I'm going to come through these bullets real quickly because we only have a couple of minutes left of the show. Matt Cardona, of course, we know him in WWE as Zack Ryder, right? That was Matt?
Yeah.
Yes. Contract is up with AEW after All Out, but said he would love to resign and continue. Will he stay with AEW? Quickly.
He's going to Impact with Kurt Hawkins, his podcast partner. I almost guarantee that.
That's a good note.
Yeah, I agree.
Jason?
Agree.
Okay.
Maybe we'll
It
see him
makes
at
sense.
Unicon.
RVD and Katie Forbes no longer with Impact Wrestling. So he's done there, allegedly. And AEW has a video game in the works as well. Any news on that? Any?
As long as we see the
details?
disasters that the WWE games have been and fix those, I'll buy the hell out of that game.
There you go. All right. Pop culture. All right. Real quickly, we'll go around the horn. Why don't you take the first one?
The Rock announced that the XFL will return in spring of 2022.
All right.
Hopefully that gives them some time to fix whatever issues there are, put some hype behind it.
Yeah.
That's
Absolutely,
enough time
I
to
agree.
get fans everywhere. And
I totally agree. I totally agree with that. I'll take the next one because of the third bullet I'm going to leave for Scott. The Las Vegas Aces here locally are in the WNBA Finals. They lost game 1 last night, but good luck with them. I would love for them to bring home a title since the Knights were unable to do that personally. All right, Scott, take the third bullet if you would. I'm giving this one to you personally.
Really?
Yeah.
Personally, as a human being, like him or not, politics aside, President Trump and First Lady tested positive for COVID-19. I wish both of them, a strong recovery. They have a child. Remember, they are human beings.
And our producer is
shaking his head.
No, he's
dramatic.
not. I was going to say he personally supports your comments there and wish
Yes.
him get well. Chris Chandler says that Kenny Omega is working on the website. So he's sharing that with us. God, I had another thought real quickly. All right, Jason, take the next bullet in pop culture.
UNLV announces they will allow fans to watch football games, so fans will finally be able to go in Allegiant Stadium.
I don't see that happening.
I don't see that happening.
The
because-
Raiders own
Thank
that
you.
stadium. They are going to be the first one
Yep,
to allow fans in
absolutely.
there. And you know what? Honestly, UNLV was supposed to play one of their games out at the Silver Bowl, Sam Boyd, whatever you want to call it, a long time, resident here. It's been many names. I think if you're going to let fans back in, the outdoor venue that they would have had to play in anyway, plus it would look a lot better than putting them in a 60, 70,000 seat stadium when you're going to get 10,000 fans if you're lucky
Absolutely.
to a UNLV game. Go out to the Silver Bowl. It's outdoors, a little bit more safety involved, and let's just start next year fresh.
Breaking news. Thomas Burnett shares that Leonard has officially re-signed.
Go Kraken! Oh, sorry, that came out loud.
Oh, Chris, thank you. I inadvertently said website. I meant the game that Kenny Omega is working on the AEW game himself. So, all right. We got that breaking news. Thank you for sharing, Thomas. All right. We're down to one bullet left. October 1st, this past week, is the 3-year anniversary on Thursday of the tragic incident of 1 October that took place out here during the, I want to say
Harvest Fest, Harvest 91.
That's
Route
that-
91.
Route 91. We know that at that time, 58 lives were lost. The Golden Vegas Knights have raised the banner. They retired the number 58. However, you shared on the show earlier that that number's changed.
It's actually 60 because of extenuating circumstances of injuries and things like that.
Right.
So
the actual number is 60. We want to send out all of our best wishes, thoughts, and prayers to the families
Yes.
affected and everybody who's affected by that.
but don't forget, we still got COVID-19. So,
Yeah.
like I said earlier, everybody's a human being, and let's just all get along.
Leanne Crindle, thank you for sharing that Leonard signed a 5-year extension. 5-year extension. Okay.
I give it a year if he's if he has all the problems they say he does. This is the wrong town for him to be in.
Leanne, you're a Route 91 survivor? Wow. Well, thank you for sharing. I'd love to know more about your story. I did a show, my last show on K-Shop, the local AM station, before I went this route. I did a 2-hour show with a panel of people that were either at or affected by that event. And we talked about in the first hour what they were doing up to the event, and then the second hour was afterwards.
Oh, wow.
So 1 October was quite an event. All right. Final thoughts. We're about to head on out. Is there something that needed to be said that I saw with eye shots from Scott?
We'll talk about it offline.
Okay.
Excellent, Smithers.
All right. Final thoughts, Matt.
Everybody be safe out there.
Yeah.
Have a good week.
All right. Jason.
Be safe. Wear your mask.
Scott.
Love y'all.
Coming up at high noon here, Pacific, Thoughts Count Anywhere. Be sure to join myself and Neil Portnoy, our special guest. And I actually want to suggest you guys look this name up on Google. Frankie Citro. Look his name up. He's a part of Las Vegas culture for
How do you spell that?
Citro.
Okay.
Frankie IE. You'll be amazed about his story. It'll be interesting to talk about. Frankie Citro will be joining us live at 12 o'clock right here. Not Thoughts Count Anywhere. Twin brothers from different mothers. However, for all the guys here, we appreciate you tuning in and making us part of your Saturday. We greatly appreciate it. We'll be back next week, 9 to 10 a.m. Pacific, right here on Go Live Vegas. Thoughts truly do count anywhere. Be kind to each other. Why? We're all we got. Have a great week, everybody. Thank you for watching.